Are you sick and tired of going to the driving range and not knowing how to practice? Well guys, welcome back to Get Good at Golf. I am Chris and that is what we're talking about today here on the channel. And one big thing we want to be able to do is you go to the driving range, you buy 50 balls, you buy 75 balls, you might even buy 100 golf balls, but then you don't always finish those golf balls because you don't often know what you are trying to do from that session. A lot of the times we're just trying to get out of the house, to be fair, and maybe get a beer. But if we want to improve, what we need to do is think about, first of all, how many golf balls you're buying, how many golf balls you are getting to hit, because 50 golf balls might be too many. If you can get 30, that might help you. And then think about what club you are going to start with. So a lot of the times people go straight to the pitching wedge or your sand wedge and then maybe hit a couple and then it's 50 drivers. Well, we want to think you want to start with your pitching wedge. And when we're practicing, we want to think about how we can get feedback. And today I am using the Hackmotion to get some feedback, because what we want to do is we want to improve your start line. We want to get your ball starting in the right direction, and we want to be getting the optimum distance out of your club so we can hit it close, but also so we can hit it consistently the same distance. So if I start here, if I'm on the driving range, I'm at 32 yards. So I've got my pitching wedge, and all I'm thinking about when I first get into my session is making contact. Obviously contact is the dream. Yes, we don't want to miss the golf ball, but just making contact and working on my start line. So can I get that golf ball starting on my target and going close? You can see there straight away, started on line, gone a little bit far, but with the Hackmotion there, I've got good wrist angles. And the big thing for me is obviously the main thing that's going to control this club face is your hands and your grip. So if your grip is a little bit too strong, we might return the club face closed. If it's a little bit weak, we might return that open. So using Hackmotion here for me, it's just giving me that little bit more feedback, so I know definitely that my wrists are doing the right thing. So if I hit a bad shot, then it's going to be coming from my body, maybe getting in the wrong position, because my wrists and hands are squaring that club face up nicely. So I come in again here, think about, well, it's gone a little bit far, so I'll take a little bit out there, and again, pretty close to the flag there, gone to around about 3 or 4 feet, but you can see that again I got a nice tick sound on there because I'm in the range again with my wrist angles. But when we pick a target, be specific. If you're going at a 30-yard target, then make sure that you are trying to get to that, and think about it. Are you trying to get there, land it a little bit short and get it to the 30-yard distance, or are you trying to land it there? Again, on the driving range, you'll often have a lot of targets. There might be some big signs, there might be some baskets, but really start to focus on, right, how far am I trying to go? Again there, landed just short and has ran up nicely. So I'm playing the 32 yards, but I'm landing it around about 25. And we're going to do this with maybe 4 or 5 shots. Start to then think, right, I'm going to change target now, because if I've got control of that, then I want to go a little bit longer. So nicely here, just like you would on the driving range, there will be more targets for you to go to. I've dropped back now to 54 yards, so not straight away up to 150. I'm still using my pitching wedge, and I'm still going to control that start line. Again, wrist doing the right job. That has landed, and again, gone to around about 5 or 6 feet, which is well inside tour average. So this is a distance that I do practice quite a lot on a driving range, because think about it. How many times do you miss greens and leave yourself these awkward distances and then don't get up and down, or don't even have a chance of getting up and down because you put it into a bunker, you thin it long, or you catch it heavy and you come up short. So consistency wise there, nice flight, nice control, but where would I go from here? So next up is my 8-iron, so I go straight into a mid-iron now. I've done 50 yards, I would go up to 100 yards and hit some fuller pitching wedge, but then I jump up into this 8-iron. I've gone back to 153 yards, and I would again be picking a target on there and start to think about, imagine a green around that target, because from here you're probably going to miss more greens than you will hit, because we're focusing just solely on hitting it straight at the target. We aim at the target, and if you slice the ball, you might miss the green to the right. If you hook the ball, it might miss to the left. So start to think, if you are a fader of the golf ball, then maybe aim just left of that target and try and fade it back to your target. So you're imagining what you are doing out on that golf course. So again, in here, I'm trying to think about what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do in my swing. And straight away there, a nice high towering shot there, landing just past the flag, but straight over it. Gone 164, and you'll see on screen there, I've ticked the boxes. I'm in range with my wrist angles, and you can see that that golf ball has gone dead straight. I caught it a little bit better than I would expect because I'm swinging it well, so I'm going to change my target there. And if you're on the driving range and you're getting a club that's going too far, then maybe just change your target, start to pick something else and start to go to that. Constantly changing your target is a good thing to do because it's helping you feel like you're on the golf course. You never just hit a straight shot every time. Sometimes you're off an awkward lie. Sometimes you've got to aim right because you know it's going to bounce in. So really start to think about how you would play it out on the golf course. I'm going to move that back slightly to 164 and go again. So in here, good setup. Again, we're in the ranges again there. A little bit heavy there, just short, but direction. And this is one big thing for me. If we can get your dispersion from right to left a little bit better, then you're going to hit more greens. And even if you're just short, you've got a better chance of getting up and down than if you've gone 40 yards left or 40 yards right. You might be lost. So one more at this distance. Better strike there. Again, in the green. Have we hit the green this time? We have. We've carried that 160 yards, gone 163. My target was 164, and I've now got a chance at a putt. But where do we go after the 18? So next up is the driver. We've finally got there. So we've not hit too many golf balls. You can see there, if I do some productive practice and I start to get into that routine, then we're going to start to be getting a consistent strike. We can get to that driver quicker. But it doesn't mean we have to stand there and hit 100 golf balls. If we hit 10 golf balls with good swings, good practices, then we're going to get better quicker, as opposed to hitting 100 golf balls, just standing there like we see on the driving range, right driver. Oh, that wasn't the best, that. Let's get another one. Then the next one's quickly on the tee there. It's straight up and we're in again. Right, I've hit another one. One left, one a little bit right. Yeah, we'll take that. We're not getting any kind of productivity out of that practice session. We don't know what's happening. We're not holding your finish position. We need to be thinking about how you can make good motions. So again, here with the driver, even if you stand behind, go through your routine. Get into the routine of setting your club, building your stance, and again, have a target down there at the driving range and set yourself a fairway. So think about it. There may be 2 pillars at the back, or there might be 2 signs on the driving range. Maybe have that as your fairway, maybe a 50-yard fairway, and you've got to try and hit that. Really start to think, right, I'm on the golf course here. Where's my fairway? Don't just try and hit straight at a target, because often what we see there is exactly what you do on that first tee. You aim for the middle of the fairway, you normally hit a bit of a slice, you hit that bigger slice because it's your first tee shot of the day and you end up in trouble, and it's going to be a long round of golf. But let's see there, get into that routine. In balance, and you can see there from the tracer a much better golf swing. Driver there carrying 270, going 290 and just down the left hand side of that imaginary fairway. So straight away there, building your strike up with your pitching wedge, practicing those distances that we do get more than we do get more shots from there than we do have drives on a ground of golf. Then go to your mid-iron, start to think about what your shot shape is, change your target to suit, and don't always aim straight at that target because you've got to think about what ball flight you have. Finally, we get the driver out, but we take our time. We make sure we go through that routine, we get our setup correct, but also imagine that fairway. Give yourself some targets to hit, and that's going to help you get good at golf.